Hello, how you doing? Welcome back. Today we are going to start list in Python. In the previous session, we have already discussed strings in Python and we started with all data types and we started with numeric and then we moved to boolean and then strings and we took 3 classes for completing that strings. And today we are learning list. Before moving into list, this is a series of web development course, and if you are new to my channel, you may please watch the complete playlist. And right now we are learning Python and part of that we are into list. So actually lists which are used to store multiple items in a single variable. We have learned about variables. Like a variable is a place where we can store our values. But when we were learning variable, we have also mentioned that we can only store a single item to that variable. If we are taking x equal to 5, only 5 is occupied in that variable. And if we are taking x equal to 6, 6 is occupied to that variable. In case if you wanted to store multiple items in a single variable, you should go for another data types. So one of the data types is list, which help you to store multiple items in a single variable. Actually, lists are one of 4 built-in data types in Python which used to store collection of data. The other 3 are tuple, set, dictionary, all with different quantities and usages. So we will be covering this in the further videos. If you are taking a list of fruits or a list of kitchen equipments, so whatever it may be, you are taking a list. You will be having many items, and if you wanted to store these multiple items inside a variable, go for list. So now let's create a list. After that we can tell how the list works and how it is representing and all. Right now my list is this list and I'm representing this by this list. This is my variable and an equals, and I have to represent list inside a square bracket. So list which are representing inside a square bracket, and inside that I'll have to represent my items. If my items are string, I'll have to represent inside a quotation, like even it is single quote or double quote, it doesn't matter. We are representing mango, apple and orange. See here how I represented a list. Here I am representing a list by using commas. So a list should be represented by using a square bracket and the element inside the list should be separated by commas. This is how a list represents. So here we can represent multiple items inside a single variable. Let's try printing this out and verify whether it comes fine. This list, that's my list. So it's giving you mango, apple, orange. So this is a list of things you are representing. Now in this list we have mango, apple, orange. These are called list items. And when we are saying this, list items are ordered. Like it is giving mango, apple, orange. If it is ordered, you should say it should be indexed, right? Like it should have an index value, like mango should be in the 0th index, apple should be in the 1st index and orange will be in the 2nd index. So this is how the list items are ordered, and if we are counting from the end, the orange will be in -1 index. We have already learned this, right? Indexing. In the case of string also we have learned indexing, and in the same way here the list also possessing indexing, like it is ordered. Once it is defined, you cannot change the order for string, but for list you can change the order. Like once it is defined, you can change the element. And the second thing is that list items are changeable or mutable. While we were discussing about strings, I have told you that the strings are immutable. It cannot be changed once it is defined. But in the case of list, it's not like that. You can change it. You can change once it is defined. That is a huge plus of list, and you will be learning this future. But right now it is changeable or it is mutable. Also, the list which allows duplicate values. What does it mean? You can mention two same items inside a list. If you are going to purchase egg, milk, orange from a shop, if you want 2 packets of milk, you can simply mention inside the list. Like you can say, I need this items like I need milk, comma orange, comma egg, comma milk. You can give duplicate items inside a list. So let's verify all those things by using an example. The first one that we discussed was ordered. So the list is ordered. And one more thing is that if you are representing a list, never represent a list by using list, because list is a keyword. We have learned in variable session that when we are using a variable, never use a keyword because it will give you an error. It's not a good practice like keyword as a variable. So if we are representing another list, here I am giving list 1 that I can give. So list 1, that's equal to, I have a list. Always my list consists of apple. I always put apple inside my list for every example. Like I have egg and I have milk. So these things I wanted to buy from a shop. Assume like that. And now if you wanted to change the order, you have already listed this like apple, egg and milk. If you wanted to change the order, like if you wanted to place milk in the place of apple, you can do that. Or if you wanted to change the apple to some other item, you can do that. Because when we are talking about indexing, we know that list in the square bracket, if we are mentioning 0, it will give you the 0th element, like it will give you an output apple. If you are printing out this, you will be getting apple. So if you wanted to apple to some other item, you can go for that. Like, sorry, list 1, 0, the 0th index, now it is apple. So I wanted to replace it by, like if we are assigning it to another value, it will take that value, right? If I wanted to replace it by sweet, my mom told me like don't to get sweet, but once she gave me a list, I just wanted to alter that list. I can do that. Just now I have added sweet and I replaced that apple. If I am giving list 1 and it will give you sweet, egg and milk, and I can go and buy that. This is how we can say that list is mutable. It's changeable. You can change it anytime, though it is indexed. But right now, if we are checking the index 0, it would be sweet. That's it. And the other thing that we have discussed, that the list which allows duplicates. Now, if we are checking our list, I have a list. Again, it's list 1, and I'm giving my list like now I can give some numbers. I have to use numbers right now. It's not compulsory right now. I think I can use 2, 3, and again I'm giving 1. So as I said, it will work, but we will have to confirm it, right? If I am checking list 1, so if it is wrong, it will be giving you an error. If it is right, it will give you an output list 1. So what do you think? It will be giving you a list 1 or an error? Let's check. So it gave you an output like 1, 2, 3, 1. So it allows, what it allows? It allows duplicate values. This 3 which defines a list, not 3, this 4, like a list we are representing by using square brackets and the elements are separated by commas. That is the first point. And the second point is that the list which is changeable, mutable, it can replace the values, right? Even once it is defined. And the third thing is that it allows duplicate values. You can add, you can replace items inside the list. It allows duplicate values. And one more thing is that which is ordered, yeah, like possessing and indexing, like starts from 0th index and it's gone, like the end index would be -1 if we are counting it from the end. Hope you remember. So now let's learn about accessing a list item. So we have lot of item inside the list. If we wanted to get a particular item, can we access that? In the case of string, we used to access How we were accessing the strings? We were accessing the string by using square bracket like this. When we were replacing, we have used the square bracket. The exact in the same way we can access the element inside the list. So how we will be accessing things like if we have a list called list 1 and inside that I have some items, okay, as I said right now apple, and I have egg, and I have milk. Somehow this apple comes for my every example. Sorry for that, but yeah, actually if I wanted to access one item from this list 1, like I have already told you that I was going for a shopping and I wanted to purchase all these things. All of a sudden I just purchased all these list items, and actually I feel thirsty. So when I was thirsty, what will be I doing? Like I'll have to take this milk. So I just wanted to access that milk from that list. How I will be accessing that milk? I can access it by using a square bracket. Yeah, think that you are going for a vending machine and you just wanted to purchase one of the drink. If you wanted to purchase, you will be like giving a coin to that. Here our vending machine is list 1, and this is our vending machine. Inside that we will have to put a coin. For apple the value is very low, we will like we can put 0, but for egg it would be 1, and for milk it is somewhat costlier, we will have to put 2. So the 2, milk is in second index, right? So we will have to put 2, and now we will be getting that milk. So I'm so good right now after drinking this milk. So now let's give this negative index. So what about negative index? Yeah, we have told like negative index, when we are counting it from the end position, we can take the negative index. Anyways, the end element should be -1. So keep in mind that list 1, for which if I am taking the -1, and it will give you milk because it is counting from the end position. And for the list 1, if it is -3, what it would be? Please think over it. It will be sure that it would be apple, like we are counting from the end position. So think I have a list of 5 items, like I have book, and I have pen in that, and I have a pencil in that, and what else? I'll have a bag in that, and I have a bottle in that, my water bottle. Okay, so there are 5 items in my list. So if I wanted to take 3 items from that, previously I have told you like we can access a single item using this index. But when we wanted to take multiple items from the list, how we will be doing that? When we were discussing about strings, we have discussed about like slicing. It will give you a range of things. The exactly same thing we can apply here. So from list 2, we can go for, if I wanted to get my book and pen, I can go for like I have to start from 0. For starting from 0, you can simply put a colon, right? So if I wanted to end with pen, pen is in the first index. Just think that if I am mentioning a colon and 1, it will be giving me 2 items like book and pen. I don't think so, because the 1 means it's pen, but I have told you like when we are doing this range things, it will exclude the value that after colon. So the pen would be excluded. I just wanted to include that pen, so I'll have to put this 2. Then only that pen would be included. Now if I am checking, I'll be getting book and pen. So this is how we will be accessing multiple items from an element, from a list. Now we can access like the whole list if we want. How we will be accessing the whole list? We have already learned, like 2 colons simply will give you the entire thing, the entire string. Exactly the same thing, you will be getting the entire list by 2 colons. So it's worked. Now I have an idea of changing an item. Like if I have a list like the list 2, that is my list, I'm thinking for my list I'll have to change this pen, and I wanted to replace that pen to blue pen. Think that you are going for an exam, like you have listed like book, pen, pencil, bag and bottle. These all are the things. So think that if you are going for an exam and you wanted to carry something and you have list yesterday itself you have listed like book, pen, pencil, bag and bottle you wanted to carry to exam hall, but suddenly you are remembering like it's not simply a pen, it's must you will have to carry a blue pen. So all of a sudden you have to change that element to blue pen. So how we will be like changing that pen to a blue pen? It's quite simple, right? We know how to access pen, we also know how to assign values, we can do the combination of this thing, right? So right now how to access pen? We can access pen by list 2 by using the square bracket. Pen is in the first position, so if I am mentioning the one inside the square bracket, it will give you a pen, right? Right now I'll have to assign a value for this pen. I have to replace that pen with a blue pen, sorry. And let's see how it's working. List 2. So it is now my list has changed to like book, blue pen, pencil, bag and bottle. So this is how you will be changing list. You can simply do this by assigning after accessing the element. And all of a sudden you wanted to change 3 items from the list. Then how you'll be doing that? Now let's do this by we have our list 2, and what are all the things that we'll have to change? Think. So if you wanted to change your pencil, bag and bottle with 3 other items, you can do that. Like 0, 1 and second position pencil is the have to mention 2 colon and the end position is bottle. So we do not want to mention that end, because if we are leaving out also it will go till end. So now we have our items in hand. Now we have to replace it. We can replace it by another list of items. Like I have to mention another 3 elements. Now what I wanted to carry? I just wanted to carry my eraser, and I just wanted to carry my painting brush, and one more thing I have to mention, like I have to carry sharpener. Now let's see. We can print our list 2, and this will give you book, blue pen, eraser, painting brush and sharpener. So this is how you will be changing your list. You can either replace a single item by a single item, or you can go for multiple items. No matter, you can change your list. Now things arises, if you already have a list but you wanted to add some more things to that list, like you wanted to purchase some fruits and you have listed like apple, mango and orange, and while you are leaving, all of a sudden you are remembering I just wanted to add this grapes as well as cherry. Can you do that? Of course you can do that, because the list allow most of the things for you. We can actually play with list. So list is so much helpful for you. And now we have a list. I have told you list of fruits. Yeah, we can mention it, not list. We can mention is fruit list. And our fruit list, which includes apple, orange and mango. Now these 3 items I wanted to purchase, and I just wanted to add some more items to this fruit list. I can do this by a method called append of. So this append of will help you to do adding more items to a list. For that you will have to first mention which list you wanted to add. My list is fruit list, and dot append of. So append of is a method. We are applying this append of method to this fruit list, and inside this method we will have to mention what to add. I'll have to add a cherry. Now if I am printing my fruit list pack, and it will give you apple, orange, mango and cherry. So this is how append of will work. And now if you wanted to insert an item to a specified index in the list, you can use insert of, right? This is my list like apple, orange, mango and cherry. Now I'll have to add one more item after orange. I'll be doing that. So I have my fruit list, that is my list. I can give the method that is insert, and inside this I have told you this is we are doing at a specific index. So how Python will understand where I have to insert? I should tell Python, that's it. So here I have to insert after orange. So what is the position of orange? Orange is in the first position. So we will have to insert after first. So I should insert in the second position. And what I have to insert? I'll have to give one more fruit. So what is my fruit? That is kiwi. So here I have mentioned in the second place I want kiwi. So if I'm printing my fruit list, it will give you apple, orange, kiwi, mango and cherry. This is how insert of method works. Now it's time for removing something from list. Like I have lot of item in the list. If I wanted to remove an item from a list, I have to go for, of course, the method is remove of. Remove of method will remove a specified item, right? So I have my list. I go for another list. So it's list 3 and I just wanted to go for apple, mango, do it first, orange, kiwi. So this is my list 3, which contains apple, mango, orange and kiwi. Now if I wanted to remove one item from this list, I can definitely go for a list 3 dot remove of. So the remove of is method. Okay, inside that it is giving some like we have to mention the value inside that. Remove first occurrence of value. What does it mean? Because if we have duplicate items in the list, the first occurrence means the first items in the list, it will be removing that. So now if I wanted to remove mango from this list, I can simply give like this, and if I print list 3, definitely it will give you apple, orange and kiwi, and now the mango is removed. So this is how you can remove an element from a list. Simple, right? So right now I just don't remember the items in the list and I wanted to remove it by index value. Like if I wanted to remove the first element, or if I wanted to remove the last element, how will be I do that? Because using this remove of method, I can't access this index. We are giving items inside this remove of. But if I don't remember that item, I'll have to go for index, right? So right now I can use another method called pop off, and this pop off will remove based on this index. Like I can take this list 3 itself. I know most of you don't wanted to take another list, and I just wanted to write another list because for me also it's not like we can finish it fast, right? For you also it wanted to be completed as soon as possible. I think so. So let's take this list 3 itself. Why we should waste our time. So for this list 3, I just wanted to do this pop off method. Here it's already giving, like when you are giving a list name and dot, it will give you many method. Here it is append, clear, copy, count, extend, index, insert, pop, remove, reverse. So this all thing we will have to cover, but as of now we will have to use this, which one? Pop off. So if I just giving pop off, what do you think? Which element it will remove? Of course it will go for first element or last element, right? Because that is how it works. But when we are using pop off, it will give you the last element. So I think you already learned about stack and queue, and in the stack we have learned pop will pop out the last element. So here exactly the same thing, the last element is popping out. Now if I wanted to take out a specified index, I can go for that. I can mention list 3 dot pop off. Inside that I have to mention the index. Which one index I will have to mention? I can go for -2. So second last element I will have to remove. So apple, it's removed. Apple. How it is possible? It's because the kiwi has already removed and the list only consists of apple and orange. The second last element is apple. Okay, let's print our list like it would be list 3. So only orange left. All other elements we removed. So sad. Okay. We can even go for a delete keyword to remove a specified index. Like you can use del keyword and then you wanted to mention which list you wanted to do the operation. My list is list 3. Inside the square bracket you have to mention which index you wanted to delete. Here we have only one element rest and we can go for the 0th element and it will give you like it is already deleted that orange. If you are printing the list 3 you can see that. So list 3 will give you a null list because there is no element left over there. And now we can go for another list. My list is list 2 and it includes some numbers. It's easy to write 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is my list 2 and if I wanted to delete the entire list, you are thinking I don't want this list 2. I just wanted to do something else. Accidentally I wrote this list 2. You can just ignore the list 2 but when you are coding it's not a good way, right? So you just wanted to delete the list. You can do this del keyword and mention the list you wanted to delete, list 2. Now if you are checking the list 2, what it will give you? It will give you a null list or it will give you an error like a list is not defined. What you are expecting right now? So let's try this out. It will give you an error. It's because list 2 completely it's gone. Even the name is not there, the null list is not there, the entire list has deleted. This is how del keyword works. So now if you wanted to just delete the items inside the list, you can go for a clear of method. Now if we have a list called list 1 and I have some items inside that 4, 5, 6, 9 and if I wanted to just delete all the elements items inside the list, I just want that list back. I need that list, a null list without any element. I can do that by using this clear of method. For that I'll have to first mention which list I have to do the operation. My list is list 1 dot clear of, that's it. This list 1 it will give you a null list. So this is how list some operations are working. So right now we have talked about how to remove, change, add elements to list, and this is basic operations in the list. We will have to cover many more things in list, like we will have to cover looping in the list, list comprehension, sorting out the list. We have to cover copying the list, list joining, and list methods, very much important and very much useful. Okay, and these all are things we will have to cover in our future videos. I think it's quite okay for today. So keep doing exercises in list, take new exercise and work on that. So let's wrap it up today, and so I hope you like my video, and if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing my channel. Please do like and share my channel if possible. Okay, that's for today. We will meet with next session, like a continuation of list, right? Thank you so much.